Yes. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah. 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 Wow, wow. Okay, let's shrink this up a little bit. We don't need the window quite so big. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, we're going to starting soon, even though we were just here. Bum, 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 bum. Doom, ba doom, ba doom, ba doom. Okay, let's see what this all looks like. This one, mayhaps. Ooh, there we go. That works. That works. We'll get rid of full screen cap. Oh, full screen cap. Yeah, we'll turn that one off. Doom, 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 doom. Ooh, we'll turn that one off too. What else we got? What else we got over here? You know, and boop. But why? There. Oh, that's why. Okay, okay. We're doing a little pre-show setting up here. Pay no mind. Pay no mind. Do 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 do. Gotta remember to pop chat out. Chat. Pop out. We'll put you right here today. Doom ba doom ba doom. Okay, gotta remember this window is gonna scale. This window is gonna scale. I want it right about there. Let's see. Shrink it in a little bit. There we go. There we go. Much nicer. Much nicer. You know, I didn't take a good look at the VTubering. I should probably take a look at the VTubering. Okay. Got that set up. Got that set up. Finish off the drink. Getting this pre-roll ad out of the way. All right. Bum ba bum ba bum bum bum. Why yes, I am live. Okay, the Twitch mobile stream manager is kind of useless, isn't it? Excuse me, excuse me. All right. Okay, we got that taken care of. Let's get this taken care of. Doomba 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 doom. You know, we might as well just switch right over. Let's switch right over. Doom 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 doom. There we go. Oh, we disappeared. Why did we disappear? Ah, I know why we disappeared. Because we put ourselves above everybody else. And that's not where we're supposed to be. There we go. Hello, everybody. We mysteriously disappeared. Probably boot up Maya as well. Although I'm not sure how much 3D modeling I will do tonight. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, I am going to be doing 3D modeling. That's right. One of the big things I was going to model was redoing the servo, because it'd be super easy to make a little servo box. Because that is hideous. Hop over there. All right. Oh, and we weren't able to do that fusion export. Maybe while I'm waiting for everything to connect, I'll get that going too. I think it's because we had too many things selected or open. And that is why my fusion was being a pain in the butt. I do think so. Okay, let's see if... Check the audio here. Testing my audio. Oh, the music's just a smidge loud. Never works quite right when I'm actually balancing everything. It doesn't seem to work right until I go live. So let's just pull that down to like right about there in OBS. All right, let's see. I want the lens back. Oh, I know. Doom. Close that over there. How are we all doing tonight? Body 10? Body 10, okay. Body 10, we are going to export you. Export. Just you. Nothing. Ooh. Hey, do we need a servo? Oh, we do not have a servo. Okay. I'm going to export just you as an FBX file from Fusion, lens back version 6. Is that what we're on? Export. Doom. All right. Well, I'm waiting for that to process in the cloud, apparently, because we can't do anything locally anymore. Everything has to be processed in the cloud. I would understand if it was a hugely complex CAD file, but it's really not. Welcome in, Pigeon. So it's funny, I have too much stuff on my screen that I can't see what I'm actually working on. There we go, complete show in file explorer. I can't see what I'm working on, and well, neither can you guys. That's no good. Come on, export. There we go. Now, I only need like 4 more monitors and then everything would be in the right spot. Okay, let's see. So we are here. We are here? We are here. Okay. Where else are we? Still have to adjust my window just slightly. This way? There we go. I think that's a good amount of stuff on the screen. Oh, we're missing the bottom now. There's always something, isn't there? There we go. Good enough. Now you can see when I press the play button up top here. When I press the play button. Oh, Unity tip. This was one of the ones I latched onto from the early tutorials of learning this. Somewhere in the preferences, there's an option to change the editor colors. And one of the more helpful options is change the color for when you're in play mode, so that you know when you're editing things, when you're in the editor like this, or when you're, the game is actively running, because not all the changes you make in your editor, or not all the changes you make while in play mode carry back over, like your settings, like your transform settings way up in the corner. Those do not. Those are one way. All right, let's get here. So, Pigeon, how are you doing tonight? How are we all doing tonight? I've had one heck of a weekend. It was great. I got kids, and one of them was sick. I borfed on twice. It's fantastic. Parenting is amazing. All right, let's see. Oh, I had a little side project I was working on. We're gonna have to move that around a little bit. There we go. I did a little bit of work this weekend. When I wasn't getting barfed on or cuddling with a sick child, poor little guy. I did get a little bit done in here. I added in teleport because if I'm working on different areas, I don't want to have to run through the whole thing. It's fun. It is definitely fun to just go walking on through and see all the cool stuff. But the teleport script is super handy. Oh, and the script to turn the ceiling back on too. So when I'm in play mode here, I edit a little tiny script, and all it does is it sets all the roof, the ceilings, to active. Because when I'm editing them, oops, I can't show it here because I'm in play mode. When you're editing them, you want to be able to look through the ceilings so you can move stuff around inside your rooms. When you're checking stuff out, you kind of want the ceilings back on. Especially so the camera can collide with the ceilings like this one does. So you notice how far away we are right now? Now watch. Because the camera, the third person follow camera, you can turn collisions on and off. So if it bumps into something, it won't, just kind of ghost through it. God mode back in the day. No clip. There we go. No clip. Oh, I found something I need to fix. We got the stuff hanging off the walls here, including an outlet. I don't think I don't think we're gonna get any power out of this outlet. I don't know about you guys. The little things. We also added in some vegetation. We now have they need to be color adjusted still. Here, hold on. Let's make this bigger. Let's make this bigger so we can all see. We being myself too. I didn't put on my reader glasses. My old man reader glasses that I've had since I was like 20. And never wear unless I'm doing like close-up work or trying to read the disclaimers on things. Very important to have a set of those little glasses. Okay. So apparently it's a bright sunshiny day here in the void. That sunlight's really coming through. But yes, the teleporter, with a press of a button, I can now go, well, let's start from scratch here. We can go to the office. We can go to a space beneath the office. The office is directly above us. Right through that door. I figured this was a nice location. And then over to the room we're working on with a lovely pixelated shadow. Look at that lovely pixelated shadow. I think I need to turn the quality up on that one. There's something about the low quality shadows in Unity, at least. No, in the before Unity 6, it was the same thing. But yes, the low quality shadows, they show through my model. So when I was doing VTuber shadow puppets, yeah, it showed through kind of goofy. Not as jaggy. Not as jaggedy. They were nice and smooth because I had high quality shadows turned on, but yeah, I don't know what that's about. It looks neat though. It'd be like a pixel game right there. And it looks like I need to adjust the lighting on the that spotlight. It has one bright spotlight right in the middle there. But it's a cool work light, huh? A cool work light. Oh, but yes, here we are, where we left off last time, inside Rusty's room, Rusty's head. I mean, look at how nice these gears turned out. Look at that. Oh, we do have a hole in the floor there. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do, hopefully today, if I remember, so we're quickly going to pop into Maya, and I'm going to remake these servos. By servos, I mean these dark gray boxes with the 3 little pipes sticking out of them. 3? Yes. Right there. There's the back of one. 3 little pipes. Those are the 3 wires for controlling these hobby grade servos. You know, I'm looking at my window. I'm still not satisfied, but I'll fix that in a minute. So these were straight out of CAD, out of Fusion 360 in this case. This whole room was. And the cool thing is you can go on. I'm pretty sure I got them off of GrabCAD. It's a great resource. I will confirm and then type it instead of just typing it, because I would hate for crap to get mixed up. The new GrabCAD. Oh no. Oh no, is GrabCAD not the same as it used to be? Huh. Oh no, there we are. There we are. Okay. I was worried because the front page for GrabCAD is GrabCAD software and then some other industry standard sounding things. And it's like, oh no, did the internet just lose another free resource to the capitalism? But you can go on GrabCAD and search for tons of stuff. Think like a Thingiverse, but for CAD instead of 3D printing. Although you can 3D print these things. You just have to do a couple of extra steps. So yeah, so that's GrabCAD. Oh, you know, while I'm here, while I'm here, I gotta answer a quick text. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? I always forget to do this little bit of housekeeping. Gotta grab the Discord link if I want to promote the Discord. For now, though, let's try this one. I think I added a command. I did add a command. I have a YouTube channel. Right now I have just a couple shorts on it, a few shorts, and channel trailer. Welcome in, Ash Axel. Doing a little housekeeping I forgot to do earlier. and testing a theory. So my theory here is, because I don't know, but on Discord, aha. So on Discord, my theory is that when you post a link like to your channel, it includes a little link card, a preview. If you're in streamer mode, then it has, like in this case, the Twitch link, and it says what I'm doing right now. It says Inside Rusty's Head, because that's the title for tonight's stream, I guess. If you're not in streamer mode, then it gives you the big, huge title card without telling everyone what you are. Okay. But on that note, I disabled streamer mode so I can invite people. I have a Discord. We have a Discord. Share it with 2 other lovely streamers. Got Dead Sun Prime. There we go. Got Dead Sun Prime and Fruitsy Collins. And all 3 of us do kind of non-standard VTubing, I'd say. Manually unpinned. There we go. Yeah, not non-standard VTubing. You know, we're not cute anime characters. But, and we do kind of like a DIY setup for the whole streaming environment, and lots of behind-the-scenes stuff and sharing all of that. What we're doing, kind of how we do it. We just have a nice community building up there on the Discord. But yes, well, thanks for saying a cool avatar here. I appreciate. There's 2 of us right now, because right now we're currently paused here. It looks like right now we're inside of our head. So since it's your first time here, let me just pop over real quick. Let's see if this crashes. This used to crash all the time.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Ta-da! We have a little trailer. A little trailer playing on our Just Chatting screen. There we go. I'm going to hide that trailer for now, because there's 2 of us. Pay no attention to the placeholder image here. But frequently we bring out, frequently now at least, we bring out the robot. So yes, we have a live animatronic, puppet, or whatever you want to consider it. We have a robot, and the VTuber was modeled after the robot. So we started with the robot. And he is controlled by the same things that make me move, which is the motion capture software. So I got a little camera pointing at my face. Oh, immersion break here. We have a camera pointing at our face and reads all that face tracking data, so I can, you know, squint and look around and play with my eyebrows. Well, that same data goes into a program I wrote in Unity, which basically converts that all to motor degrees. You know, it's like tilt degrees. How far does everything need to move inside the robot's head? So he can act too. So he's my face cam VTuber. Face cam with many extra steps. And we'll be ideally bringing him out again on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I hope to, we're going to be playing some games, finishing up a run of FTL, I think, and, yeah, bringing out the robot. So, if you're curious, this is pretty much the inside of the robot's head. So we took the CAD files, sent them over into Unity. We need to do a little bit of cleanup yet, because this is the basics. This is the basics for scale and everything. Hold on. Okay, so this is the basics. Sorry, there's going to be some interruptions tonight. Got a little toddler who's a little sick, a little toddler bot who's not feeling super great, so I'm being kept updated. Here, here we have the inside of Rusty's head for the most part. So when you're looking at him, there's looking through the back. So here you go. You can't see much right now because I can't zoom through the window. Can't zoom through the window. So this is looking at the back of his head. Where I'm standing right here is where the control board is going to be, or is, in the physical model. Over here is the back of the camera lens, the blue eye lens. And on the left side, or right here, is the window screen. So for reference, the lens eye, right here, is what we're standing in front of. This big old gear right here. A big old set of gears. This is what allows us to tilt our head from side to side. And there's a matching gear because I wanted everything to be easy to replace and model and figure out the ratios. Boom. This is what allows us to tilt our head forward and backwards, to nod. And the disk drive mouth is right here, though I believe this is more of a stand-in. And also we don't have collision set up on it yet. So right here, this is a stand-in for the disk drive. It's probably my avatar disk drive and not the physical one. Ooh, I didn't try this out yet. Can we go outside and see? What can we see? What can we see without falling off the edge of the world? Not much. There's something right above our heads. There you go. You can kind of see the lens cap. The lens cap way up there. Yes, welcome to the void. Welcome. Welcome to the void. It is a good place. There we go. So I added some things. I added some tools on the ground. Basically, I pulled them from a different asset pack. And yeah, we're going to be working on this building for a while here. I think the warehouse is fairly done, except for me doing the busy work of essentially painting and scattering debris all over the place. Because we have the office, which I need to hook up things. But some of those things I'm going to hook up are going to wait until we merge the projects together. Because this is my asset library project. You can't see right now because we're in full screen mode. Mostly full screen mode. You can't see now, but I have like a whole bunch of resource packs and assets and whatnot. Many of them from Cinti Studios for this lovely low polygon look. And yeah, so many of them are set up in this project. It takes a while to open. And it's also quite a few gigabytes. And that's with low polygon assets. No high-res stuff here, no photoreal. And I want it to be very streamlined when I put my final project together, because this is going to be my streaming environment, my updated playground where I test out code and scripts and fun stuff, mayhem. But yeah, so that's what this is going to be. But I don't want all the clutter. I want it to work smooth, because right now, the current testing ground and playground, it's not smooth. We have, not as bad as it was, because I cleaned things up, but it was quite crashy. Quite crashy. But not so bad now. I do miss, though, with all my shortcut keys and fun stuff that I had already added. Because I haven't brought it all over into this one for the conveniences. For instance, a lot of the camera controls are not here. The VTuber is not here. This is more of a static model. So he's not linked up with the fancy motion controls. Like right now I'm trying to change the color of the eyes. And he's not doing it because he's not hooked up for that yet. He is here so we don't have to look at the basic robot. The one that comes with the The third-person starter kit from Unity. It's a very nice looking robot, but it's not us. It's not us. But no, I think this area, aside from me just throwing clutter all over the place. See, it's another thing right here. It's supposed to have my turbo button right there. Don't have my turbo button. Oh, I did find a jukebox though, so that's fun. Oh, I have some little mischief makers. I was working on a little fan art. They're so tiny. They're so tiny. These are the jetpacks. They are the mascots for Gene Famous, an Australian YouTuber, or Jets. So those are the jetpacks. Oh, and we got some flashy light issues over here. Must just be from certain angles we have flashy light issues. But yes, the internet broke. You wouldn't be able to tell why, right? With the dubious instruments there. I think I'm going to keep it around. I will probably swap out my own little gremlins for that little scene right there. I don't want to. I don't want to take another streamer's avatars. Oh, amongst the things we may or may not clean up is the floating ashtray. There was some kind of like a table or something here at one point, but sometimes it's just fun to leave the scuff in. Like a floating ashtray we can just stand on. There should be a floating dollar bill here somewhere too. Oh, there's our wad of cash. There we go. We can stand on a wad of cash. But no, this is the abandoned factory, so I need to make it more abandoned. And then figure out how I want to tweak it even further to fit within my little like story ideas. So we're going to be able to bounce between. I'm not sure. I haven't quite narrowed down how we are going to, but we're going to bounce between the decayed factory and then the factory in its working condition from X number of years ago. I mean, it would look a little bit more like this. Maybe not with a tree breaking through the walls and stuff like that. And definitely not with the void. I did spend some time writing down the story ideas. I got a couple pages of that because I just felt inspired. Okay, but today, I want to remodel the servos. Should be super easy. And let's see the servos. Let's see if we can pull in the lens back that I exported as we started streaming, and get some cabling. Get some cabling stretching out here. I think that would really pull the room together. Could get a rug too. The rug really pulls the room together. And probably next time, I'll get some nuts and bolts. Okay. Let's see what we are scaled up to here. Oh, wait. Let's fix this first. This is something I want to fix here. I want to make it so that when I go full screen, it is full screen. So I'm playing around in OBS. You just can't quite see that right now. There. I would say that's pretty good. What I should do is make a little mark on my wallpaper. So I have a 2K monitor in front of me, and I want to use it for more than just what you guys are looking at. Oh, no, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, how about now? No, still some garbage on top. Wait, what am I even doing here? I don't know what I'm even doing here. It's a tricky. Anyways, I'm going to mess with that off screen. It looks close enough. Close enough, he says, as he keeps messing with it. Probably not even pulling the right thing. I am not pulling the right thing. I'm messing with my VTuber. No wonder it's not going anywhere. There we go. That's exactly what I was trying to do. Scuff. Scuff. Okay. Scuff aside. Where were we? Where were we? We were going to lock down the Unity. There we go. Okay. And we should be able to see everything still. For the most part. For the most part. Okay. Okay. So let's buzz on over to Rusty's head. Over in building 3, building 2, building 3. The other building's not doing so good. A lovely decayed area. So here's what we want to fix. This gross, the grossly modeled. Not by the original person, but the export from CAD, solid modeling, to Maya or to here. How it became an FBX. It's hideous, hideous in the face. So we're gonna open up Rusty's room. And let's see. We're gonna have to pop open a capture again. Is it this one? It is this one. I would say it's close enough. There we go. We are using ye old Maya 2016. Yeah, I will definitely be remodeling some of these items because they do not need to be they do not need to be super duper polygonated. I doubt we'll get to the lens today, but I do want to put in like the glass. That might be one of the few things I do have quote unquote high definition in my playground here is the back of the lens. I'm not sure if I have a picture of the back of the lens. I might have to check that out now. Because right now it has a little assembly on there. On this this part right here. In fact, aha. I'm mildly prepared. Mildly prepared. Where is that photo? I am unprepared. Did I put it on the screen? We have we have source material. There they are. I don't really want them there though. Let's move them to the desktop. So I don't really care what's on the desktop. So ta-da! There we go. Lovely, lovely. Bring up my OBS again just to make sure you guys can see. So let's get the right camera angle even. Let's get the right camera angle. Somewhere like this is this. So I took probably my phone. I took my phone and a flashlight. Kind of positioned it. It's like, okay, how do we want the room to look? What would it look like at this, mouse eye view? Because this, what we're looking at here in the picture is probably, in freedom units, about 6 inches tall. I think 5 or 6 inches. 5 or 6 inches. I'm trying to gauge from the robot sitting about 5 feet away from me. Again, we work in freedom units here. Technically, we work in metric. Everything is modeled in metric. So I can tell you exactly how tall it is. Oh, well. But here, in the picture, is pretty much what I want the room to look like. So we're missing a few things right now. We're missing this this whole assembly on the back of the lens. I mean, we're missing a lot of detail for one thing. All these cords and cabling everywhere. The Arduino that is inside of his head is right here. That isn't in there yet either. In the Unity version, we do have this servo. The servo that does the side to side. And the gears. You can see the gears right there. But yeah, I think today we'll work on some more of the look to see, to see how it will look. I'll try to get a couple more elements in and also to remodel these. Just minimize that for now because the back is fine. There's a lot of extra triangles in there. But the front it's a bit much. It is not great geometry and is a bit much. And it'd be very easy to just remodel because we don't need these holes. I don't need to worry about the gear. Ooh, that's got a lot of triangles in it too. This is going to be the most high definition area of the entire project. It'll be the servos. Just the servos. So we will be hiding these or deleting these whenever possible. Curious geometry choice right there. But this will be super easy to model. To remodel. Because we will be seeing the front of the servo and the rear. Because the front, there will be a front displayed right here for the lens tilt forward, backward. And then a little bit of this one right here, plopped in the middle of everything. Okay. So, yeah. And then to drape the cords around, I will probably be looking through the Unity asset store. I've seen some nice utilities or plugins for basically drawing cabling. Like the spline of where you want it to be. And then you just apply presets and they'll like sag properly. You can control tension, what they look like bundled up, randomness. It's like, I would rather do that in Unity itself than constantly exporting back and forth, because I can do something similar here. If I was going to do everything in Maya and then bring it over, that'd be one thing. But I also want to apply physics and stuff to it. So one of those chord plugins will probably be the answer I am looking for. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna take care of this. Do we have another one? I thought we had another servo. I must have hit him somewhere. The Unity asset store is one of the few reasons why you consider moving away from Godot. I mean, I suppose there's not technically a Godot asset store because it's. It'd be nice if there was. Sure you can. Yeah, it'd be extra steps because you can use like Quixel or Fab, I guess. But you would have to bring it into Unreal or Unity and then export it all for. You'd have to export it then for Godot. And same thing with the Unity stuff, right? Go to the Unity asset store, bring it in, export it. Then you always have to read the end user license. Welcome in Lo-Fi 24/7 or 247. Welcome in. We're currently working on the inside of my head. Yeah, you have to check the end user license agreement for some of those things. Like, I want to play around with metahumans for a high-res super high-res HD, vaguely humanoid Rusty model. I'm going to have to be in Unreal for that because that's part of the whole MetaHuman licensing agreement. I'm okay with this because I do want to play with Unreal at some point. All right. Well, let's get started on this. Where are we? Where are we, everybody? Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let's see how badly let's see how badly Maya likes me today. For some reason, because this is old, for some reason, because I have a much older version, perpetual license though, of Maya. We're running 2016, because that's when I last freelanced and made money with Maya. Okay, let's squish this up a bit. We're going to be doing this a little ugly. Little ugly, but that's okay. Let's see, that's the top. This is the side. First of all, we want to get the flanges. Man, there's so much stuff in the way. I gotta start hiding stuff. Where is our hypershader? No, hypergraph. Hide a few things so I don't have to bump into them. Okay, servo brackets, servo brackets. Oh, we can hide everything here. All right. And this guy. That cleans everything up. So this is what came out of GradCAD, basically. So it's nice for using in the CAD software. Ooh, it looks really gray. Really gray, except for this gross green render texturing issue, which did not help to UV unwrap that. Which is why we're gonna do a little quick and dirty modeling section. Oh, you just looked up MetaHumans? That's uncanny. Yeah, that's some cool stuff. Not gonna lie, that's some cool stuff. I'm sure there was a few. I remember seeing a couple of years ago a VTuber doing MetaHuman stuff. He had a full like motion capture suit too, so it looked like a cool sci-fi production. I just hid the shape I was working on. That's silly. Let's there we go. All right. Yep, we're gonna do this a little quick and dirty. But yes, anytime you have questions, I'm not being paid by the hour here. I am totally okay with yapping the whole time. I mean, I do have a little bit of a cold, so maybe not the whole time, but I enjoy this project. I enjoy talking about it and sharing it. Because you should enjoy what your hobbies, right? Okay, let's see. But yeah, no, metahumans are wild. It is pretty cool. Pretty cool tech. Because they come like fully rigged and everything. I mean, you're basically playing with an awesome character creation toolkit. Like imagine like you're loading up Cyberpunk or Skyrim or something. And Skyrim way old for that. But you playing some RPG, right? And you're tweaking all the little how big is the nose, the eye color, hair, tattoos, all that fun stuff. And it just kind of built right in. It was quite the library. Okay. No, they're pretty darn cool. Okay, we're just gonna get this mostly correct. Mostly correct. But yeah, someday. Oh, that's a bevel. Okay, I'm like, why is this blue? So many blue lines. That's the well, it's not a bevel. It's a chamfer. Fancy curve bevel. Why is that so much? A bit much there. I don't think I'm gonna model the Tower Pro logo on there, because that's not on mine either. But no, these are this is the right part number. MG996R. MG stands for Metal Gear, which is a lie if you're getting it from you know, eBay or AliExpress or wherever. There's usually one Metal Gear, and the rest are all plastic. But he's like, nope. Seller said, nope. Metal Gear. It says so. I don't know. You're only paying a couple bucks a piece, so it's not really. You gotta pick your battles, I guess. But yes, it's a high torque hobby servo. And that is a bit of a tongue twister there. Let's see. I forget what the torque rating is on it. It's decent, decent for what it is and what its goal is. I mean, it's not. We're not building industrial machines with these. You're building, remote control cars and toy robot arms. Oh, that's where the bump out is. Doesn't it really have that bump out? Yeah, I'm just gonna grab one that I stripped out. And I just replaced the one that is controls the lens up and down. The vertical tilt. Right here. This part. And the servo is sitting right where my eye tracking wants to be. Right there. Okay. Because there's a little bitty gear train. Not much of it left in this one. But there's a little bitty gear train in there to slow down the motor. And then there's some circuitry in the back of it so that it knows what position and how to, how far to move or spin that little motor, which goes through the little gears. There's probably like 6 or 8 gears inside of these little things in this particular one, because it slows down the motor enough to make it stronger, for one thing, for more torque, and then you're only moving this, in my case, 180 degrees. You can buy them for other settings. In fact, you can have them just keep going around too. But you can control the position by sending in a signal, with like an Arduino or Raspberry Pi, some kind of circuitry. So you can control the position from 0 to 180 degrees and how fast it goes there. And that is what makes these little things super cool. And I have a piece of tape on this one that says bad because, yeah, might be able to use it for other purposes, but definitely not anything that requires some torque. Okay. So, man, it's hard to see in this one. There we go. So we got that little piece. I just want to do the bump out and then this curved part, which might all be the same piece. Okay. Oops. Where are you? Height, we are definitely not epic. There we go. And this is about the high polyness of how I usually model for this project, because I want that look. I want the boxy. Yeah, let's go. You know, the boxy low polygon look. These are way too smooth for me. I mean, you can't quite see in my current model here, but let's pop back over to Unity for a quick comparison. Oops. So for a quick comparison, maybe in some light, there you go. See how you can see all those lovely polygons? You can see all those lovely polygons on me right here. That's the look we go for. That's the look we're going for. There you go. You can tell, like, right here on my antenna on my head here. Nice and clunky. One thing, I like the look when I settled on it. Another thing, it doesn't use nearly as many resources like a meta-human or, you know, a AAA game. Or even most VTubers. Yeah. Significantly less polygons in this than the average VTuber. Keeps it lightweight, gives a distinct look. Those are all things I was thinking of when going through designs. But also, it's most of what I'm doing is flat shading. I mean, if you look at the assets behind me, you see those cardboard boxes stacked up. I haven't retextured those yet, but most of the assets we're dealing with, by we I mean me, I am going for a flat shaded look. So, for instance, these two computer monitors that I modeled, they were not part of an asset pack. Those are flat shaded. There's no like grit textures or anything like that. Those are low polygon. I will have stuff displayed on the screens. That will definitely be significantly more pixels. Be showing like video feed and stuff, or you know, browser window, stuff like that. But no, most of everything is just flat shaded. Meaning I'm letting the environment and lighting and camera work, those kind of things do most of the work for setting how it looks, like the shadows right here. Yeah. The warehouse isn't this area isn't the best example because I don't have everything tweaked for the lighting. My space station and my other office are definitely you know, in the full project, those are definitely much better tweaked for how we want the look to be. But those aren't what we're doing tonight. I will add a few more subdivisions though, I think. I can always dial it back later. I can always dial it back a bit. Oh no, it's hollow on the inside, so there's nothing to snap to. That's kind of funny. I was trying to be clever and snap to it. Okay, let's see. We can do one of the snaps. There we go. So we'll at least get one of the dimensions correct. Be nice if it was the third dimension. No. Oh. No jeers even. Alright, let's see what do we got here. There, that looks about right. So another thing is, we can decimate it later to make it more low poly, more clunky, if you will. But we can also go the other way. We can subdivide it, which just means adding more. More triangles or quads or whatever we're using at the moment. Okay, now let's see. Oops, nope. Did it again. But no, I am pretty excited with how this project is progressing, how it's all turning out. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty neat. I'm gonna be happy with it at least. All right, we got looking at the physical model here. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty neat. Basically, I mean, I'm doing this to entertain myself and, you know, bring people along for the ride. Hopefully you all enjoy it too. You know, I like stuff like this. Got a whole little story I started writing after the fact. I mean, I had a general idea of, like, you know, what is my purpose, right? Oh, looks like we got an ad break going on. But yeah, like what is Rusty's backstory? Because I had to have a little bit of backstory to help with the character design and such. And not a huge amount of backstory though. Just because I'm gonna kind of see how I even like it first, you know? See how we're doing. Oh, jeez. Man, it's hard to work with that neon green. Oof. Anyways, yeah, see if I would even like streaming or creating content if I wasn't going to stream. Just kind of rolling with it, you know? Okay. Get some faces here. Oh, you're not going to do that? Boo. Boo. So the story is that we are factory management software. Yep, we're originally factory management software did not have a cool, you know, humanoid type body, but something happened. Something happened. An unexplained event. Did it again. An unexplained event that will be eventually explained. Something happened, and something unfortunate happened at the factory, the robot factory. And I'm being rusty. I'm the factory management software, right? So what happened? Backstory. Lore. etc. Basically, it gives me a fun story to mess with, or not story, a fun a fun box to play in, a fun container to play in and build out, and not be entirely serious about it, you know? Because again, it's for fun. Okay, I'm just gonna add loops. This green is really throwing me off. Also, it has been a long day, and I didn't get much for sleep, but I really wanted to be... There we go. I really wanted to be out here today. Really? We are going to get all sorts of grief today here. Okay. There we go. No. No. There we go. Solve that problem. Now we can just grab the whole darn cap. Okay. And... Okay, so thickness, well, a little bit. Offset. Oops, no, we don't want to do that yet. No thickness. Offset. We just need this to be the right size. And it doesn't even have to be like the right size. Just needs to be pretty close. Because we can always mess with it later. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll do that. Right now we are, I should probably explain some of it. Again, long day, so please just, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm extruding, so I'm just making this little bits of cylinder. Because it's, well, you'll see in a bit why. Essentially, this is where the little gear train that I was talking about is on the motor, little servo motor. There's all sorts of tiny gears in this, behind this area. You know, the motor sits back here. Can you see? Yeah. The motor sits back here. Little circuit board is somewhere in here too. Probably in the back, because that's where the cords come out. Then the gear train is going to be in here somewhere. And then this big bump right here behind me, that's the main shaft that comes out of it, and that's where you put your accessories, like these lovely shapes over here, so you can attach things to it. So we're just about done. Yeah, if I wasn't concerned about how it looked, I wouldn't be bothering with this. Because, you know, it is intended to be very accurate, being from a CAD software. It just looks kind of hideous because of how said CAD software exported it. Wow, I'd say that's close enough. And then one more time. Where are we? Here we are. There. Close enough. I can fix it in post. So let's see how that turned out. Let's see how that turned out. Ugh. You can't see it because it's hiding slightly behind the gross model. But we do need to do things like bevel the edges just a little bit. Just a little bit. And quickly bump out this bottom section where all the text is. Hello, Noodle Cat. Welcome in, welcome in. We are making ugly cat exports less ugly. Less ugly. Because for some reason, Fusion decided, hey, we really want things to be this when it was exporting the whatever kind of material was coming out of CAD. It looks fine in CAD. It looks fine in Fusion, Fusion 360. But it looks awful here. Yeah, so we're gonna fix that just a little bit. And we're kind of doing it quick and dirty. We're kind of doing it quick and dirty because it doesn't need to be super duper perfect. Let's see, where is that even? Right there. So we're gonna go right about there. Grab the verts this time. Move them up. And maybe call it good. No, that's definitely not good yet. I have a physical model of the little robot servo, a bad one, right in front of me here, so it's kind of handy. But yeah, this is all about as detailed as it needs to be, even though it's going to be life size. Yeah, the CAD exports. Most of them turned out okay. Okay, we are gonna hide our source material. Ew. There we go. Now it's flat shaded, so it doesn't show much, but there we go. That is already 1000% better. I'm just gonna bevel some edges and bring it on over. Yeah, real life reference. The other real life reference is, ta-da! So like, let's see. And you can't see any from this angle. Oh, right here. Here's one that is facing up. So the attachment, one of these little helicopter looking things, is right there. And this is within Rusty's head. So yeah, this grab a ruler. This little servo here is about 40 millimeters, so 4 centimeters tall. This big blocky part is 4 centimeters. So it's not super big. But the exciting thing is we are making it big. We are making it big. Ta-da! Rusty's head as an environment within one of the warehouse workshops. So we can walk around in here. Yeah, right now it's all, like gray light shaded. Yeah. No, this is gonna be exciting. We're gonna save this because I am pleased. And let's pop on over there. There we go. You can read my thoughts. You'll be able to look through my eyes. So Noodle Cat, I don't know if you've been here since I made some progress on the warehouse here. Took out a lot of the stuff that was in the asset pack. We still have a lot of stuff in here that needs to be removed, like these miscellaneous packages. But got the bones of the office put in from the old office. Basically everything I wanted to move over is here. And then I'll be filling it with more junk in the corner. Let's see. Not big on 3D modeling. Is it normal to use CAD for this type of stuff? Yes and no. If I was doing game design, oh hell no. However, we are a multimedia project. When was the last time you heard something described as multimedia? Oh boy. I think I just gave away my age there. Yeah, let's hide that. There we go. Now we're full size. But yes, a multimedia project in meaning just different formats. You know, we're in the digital world here, so we have our little video game environment essentially. I mean, we can run, we can jump, can cue special effects. There we go. Look, we have physics. We can toss chairs around. In the other Unity project that I normally use, not my building stuff in the background project, I can do all sorts of fun stuff like pick things up and throw them around and all sorts of stuff. Using CAD, not for this, but since we are also building a physical robot, CAD is super important for that. Here we go. I added the teleport script so I wouldn't have to walk all over the place. Ta-da! We are inside Rusty's head. Essentially, boom. There we go. There. We are inside Rusty's head. In fact, so my antenna right here, he's facing away from us. So right here, this servo is this dark gray box right on the other side of me. That is what controls the rotation of the antenna on the actual robot. And here's the camera lens right here, or well, a stand-in for the camera lens. I'm gonna partially model part of it. Yeah. And here's the servo. Here's the servo that controls the tilt of the lens. So when I look up and down, when I look up and down, up. Yeah, it's probably not coming through quite right. Here we go. Up and down. Say it like that. So CAD is nice because everything can be super precise. And then you can go back and forth and change things. Well, at least with Fusion. I don't know entirely about other CAD software, but with Fusion, you can change an item in history. So like, let's say you do an operation like this hole. So right next to where I'm standing, right by my feet there's a hole. On the real model, on the robot, that hole is there so I can put a bolt to hold this bracket. You know, this tall pillar right here. It's to hold it to the base, right? Let's say I wanted to put a bigger bolt in, right? In CAD, I can go back on the timeline, select when that hole was created, and change the dimensions. And boom, it's updated. You can kind of do that in Maya. In some other software, I don't know if you can in Blender, but in Maya you can, because object history is saved, but it doesn't always turn out great. Plus CAD has a lot of other things built in. Fusion is also nice because you can do things like, well, the other part of it, CAM, where you can actually have have instructions and operations set up so a factory style machine can create, can make your creation out of a block of metal or plastic or whatever, mill away at it. And I have my window set up poorly here. I can't read chat. Let's minimize that. There we go. So yes, there are pluses and minuses. If you're making video game characters or VTubers or anything like that, media type stuff, you don't need CAD. You can get the same level of precision for that in modeling software, whether it's Blender, 3D Studio Max, Maya, other stuff. That'll be just fine, and probably way better, especially if you're doing organic modeling. CAD is garbage for organic modeling. But I'm a robot, you know? So this stuff, super good to have, to have it be CAD. The suit, not good to be done in CAD. Catching up on chat here. The shading is really nice for, get back into there. The shading is really nice for kind of that spooky look. I didn't assign any shaders to this. These are just flat Lamberts. They're called Lamberts. Basically a non-shiny surface. But yeah, I do love how they look. It's vaguely the same material as my head in the engine. In fact, I think it is the same colors of the shader. Did I go to school for or anything for this type of thing? Yes, sort of. A long time ago. I did do 3D modeling and animation. I took a couple semesters of it. We didn't have a formal program for it, but a little bit of water there. We didn't have a formal program for it, but we had a decent enough lab with the engineering students and stuff too, so that was funny. So I actually have an art degree. So my background is more, or my degree at least, is more like drawing, jack of all trades kind of thing, like drawing and 3D modeling animation stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't work in the industry for doing the video game stuff that I wanted to do back, many years ago. But I did freelance for a long time, doing like graphic and web design, and then got into architectural visualization. So stuff like this is kind of right up my alley for that. Because I was a digital house painter and, commercial stuff too. Oh, I don't need to jump through that. I didn't put colliders on it. Oh, you have a friend in ArchViz? Yeah, it is so much different than when I was building houses, essentially. So much different. I mean, you can just pop this stuff right in Unreal. I mean, that's super simplifying it. But yeah, it's real time. Like this. This is real time. I'm moving the camera around, It was not real time when I was working at an architecture firm. It was absolutely not real time. It was nice when the architects would leave for the day and I still had a pile of work to do, because I would network render using all their nice high-end machines. So I was like, okay, I hope everybody's out of the office because I'm turning on Mental Ray and we're going to soak the network and no one will be able to use it for anything because I need to render some images. Some high-res images. I've been curious. I should go dig through my backup files, see if I have any what high-res was back then. It'd probably be quite amusing. I doubt it was 4K. I highly doubt it was RK. Oh yeah, no, we absolutely used the firm as a render farm. I think I was using Max for that, which made a lot of sense compared to Maya. Yeah, it made a lot more sense to use Max coming from, AutoCAD exports. No, that was quite nice. Unfortunately, I'll never show any of that stuff on stream because it'd be like, hi, my real name is Rusty. How are you all? There's some other projects that I would love to show on stream, but they do have my name attached to it, and I'm not quite confident and rusting of the modern internet. Not quite trusting of the modern internet to go by my real name on here. Yeah, no biggie, right? Hello, Nix. I did straighten up when you redeemed that. I did straighten up. But yes, I was just showing off a quick look of the inside of my head. Welcome in, Lamare. Welcome in. We are working on the inside of my head. By the inside of my head, I mean, I gotta press some buttons here. First, we'll start off the inside of his head. The physical robot that the VTuber is based on. They both use the same motion control software, so we all fancy VTuber stuff in real life too. It's a full circle. It's a full circle. Oh, and this is a stand-in. The robot will be with us on Wednesday night. Didn't have time to set him up tonight, so I've been sticking him to Wednesdays along with some gaming. So on Wednesday, he'll be moving around doing this instead of, obviously a fake screen. Well, welcome in. I'm Rusty Robot Factory. Like I just said, sometimes we do a robot. We work on them on stream. We also sometimes we click to the right tab. Currently, I am working on doing some 3D modeling so we can build out the inside of my head as a streaming environment and possibly a playable mini game kind of. I don't know. I'm getting too many ideas, which is a problem sometimes. But we are walking around inside of my head. This gray box you see right next to me here, that is normally, as I'm modeling. Oops, where did I put it? Ah, there it is. As I'm modeling the servo to match up for kind of a one-to-one real life. There's the bad plastic servo that I fixed the last time Rusty burnt one out for the lens behind me here. In fact, right there. That servo right there that I'm pointing to. Yeah, that's 40 millimeters tall. So we're at a slightly different scale when we're running around in the building size Rusty. Yes, I was doing some 3D modeling here to make the models less clunky being exported directly out of CAD. But we also have a lovely office setting. I added the teleport script because it was driving me nuts to walk everywhere. So we have a cozy little office that we're working on. And we got stonks and profits. I don't have the VTuber hooked up with this model. He's in the main project. This is the asset project where we're building out everything. We're building out the Rusty Robot Factory. So it is definitely a work in progress, but we took some stock assets from different asset packs, a little environment. We're throwing it all together. Pay no mind to the void. Or maybe I'm actually thinking about keeping the void up for reasons. You'll just have to come back to find out. There. That's the hook. Can we go down the elevator to see your heart? That'd be spoilers. But the Rusty Robot Factory, yes. And I found a jukebox, and I didn't want to lose where the asset was hiding. So we have a jukebox. We also have kickable chairs. Because lawn chairs should absolutely be kickable. I'm going to make it so most of the things here are interactable. At least for me to walk around and trip over or kick around. Definitely. But the building we were just in is currently over here. I might move it so it's more of a tunnel. Come on. So it's more of going through a tunnel into Rusty's head. And this little rubble and building here. So here we are. So there's the top of the head, the lens of the eye, which is right here. Right here. The screen, this side, is this lovely window here with some vines draped across it. And the gears that let us tilt our head back and forth, obviously I don't have them on the virtual model, but here's what Rusty's neck looks like on the robot. And I will absolutely have them turning. It is super easy to put those kind of scripts on it, because this is, after all, this is Unity, so this is a game engine, hence how we're able to walk around so easy. But no, it'll be super easy to hook up the script. In fact, I thought I had a script on there. Already. I don't. I wonder if it had crashed at some point. But essentially, we can fake it. Is it X? No, it is not X. It is not. That's because there's more gears. That's because there's too many gears. You. What if it was linked to my actual head movement? That is a cool idea. Oh, Nix. Lawn chairs that will tumble around. That is a cool idea. I should do that. I'm writing that down. Keep a physical notebook here too. I have enough problems tabbing in between software. So I already have the code for that written, because that is literally how we control the robot to move these gears in the real world here. Let's see, link head movement to Rusty's room. Nix. There you go, Nix. It would be a trip to watch. Yeah, I could do it a couple ways. One way. No, I don't have it set up on there either. Wow, I thought I did. One way. Let's see. One way to set it up would be to obviously, like, earthquake mode, where I tilt the head and the whole building shakes, right? But the other way, which is probably how I would do it, is the room would stay stable and everything inside of it would move. So as if the camera was, inside of the robot's head and like fixed to the frame. So when it tilt back and forth, oh, that's the wrong axis. This axis. So if you watch, so like that would roll back and forth. Oh, we got an ad break. I'm sorry. I'm trying to explain stuff here and an ad pops up. Because, yeah, we can definitely do this, and then just have it be spinning based on how this is spinning. Yeah. Lawn chairs moving around. So I don't know if you caught it on the workshop stream when I was messing around with Rusty's head on the workshop table. I had my 3D printed Rusty action figure inside the head. It was like an Easter egg. Dead Son caught it when he had brought up the VOD. He's like, do you have a small Rusty rattling around inside your head? And the scale was almost like this size too. That's kind of funny. Where is do I still have it? Let's see, Rusty print. There he is. I do still have it. I have way too many sources in my OBS. Well, there he is. And my little guy. A little test print. Can we make him bigger? We can make him bigger. There he is. You can see the layer lines. One of the cool things about being 3D is you can export a 3D model of yourself and then print it on a 3D printer. This is an FDM, so the kind that takes a spool of plastic and prints it out. Let's hide that one. What else do we have hiding here? Oh, we have a fake camera shot. Oh, that we can put offline. That's why that's there. Ta-da! He's offline right now. But yeah. Your face tracking controls the world. I mean, I do have my FPS mode, but that's not controlling the world. That's controlling the camera's point of view. But no, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I mean, I love what some people do. Well, kind of like what Fruitsy does, what Fruitsy Collins does with their world. You know, their office setting is essentially. You know, the little slimes running around and all the cool stuff in the background. And I know you want to work on something kind of similar, Nix. Yeah. No, this is gonna be a trip when it's done. And I just kind of call it my broadcast environment, you know, offhand. Oh, sorry, random spam bot. Sari caught ya. No, the warehouse itself, aside from deleting and adding some more, deleting some assets and adding a lot more rubble, the warehouse is almost done. Rusty's head I can work on as we go, but mostly I wanted to get all the assets. Well, you can see some of them here. I want to just add in tons of assets because I have, let's see if you can see over my shoulder here. I have a whole bunch of asset packs in here. You know, a lot of polygon stuff from Cinti, and I don't want to have to, when I back up my file or compile it, I don't want all of this stuff come along every single time. This is gigabytes worth of low polygon assets. So there's a lot of stuff there. If it was high polygon, you know, high res stuff, oof. This computer could run it, but my old one definitely could not. The old one I started the project on. Welcome in, Rowan Lobos. Yeah, the warehouse. I don't have the fancy motion controls on this guy. This is the, as I was just saying, this is the asset stockpile where I'm kind of bringing stuff in and rearranging it. Expensive viewers. Oh no, did something get through? No, it didn't get through. Okay. Yes, no cheap viewers. No cheap viewers. I don't know. Does anybody actually follow those links? You know, the ones that get through the spam bots? Does anybody actually, like, think someone would click on a random link? Or are they just hoping to catch strays? Strays that, you know, click the wrong link when it's stuff scrolling by. But yeah, we have the warehouse is in progress. It's way better lit than it normally would be. It'd be much darker and moodier. Do I have dark and moody lighting controls yet? I only brought in a couple of my, oh, here we go, scripts. I brought in a couple of my scripts. Like here's my, can you guys see this? Yeah. So I brought my camera scrolly because I was getting so annoyed not being able to zoom in and out. What else? Got my teleporter. No, I don't have my lighting control scripts yet. Oh well. That's not super important for the lighting control stuff. The big part is being able to effects. Just being able to control the general look of things, you know? And then, oop, where are we? And then, yeah, the teleport script, so handy. I just have what's called a game object in Unity. It's just, it could be anything. Think of it as a placeholder. And then you can attach stuff to that placeholder, like a group. So I just have different destination spots throughout the level here. So I can just go boop, boop. So now we're in the office that I mostly brought over. Mostly brought over. Including an ancient Commodore 64 monitor. It's currently floating. And a ViewSonics CRT. 17-inch, just like the one I had when I was a wee little rusty. Okay, not that little of a rusty, but yeah. And we're gonna have a pile of them over in this corner. We're not gonna have the little bulletin board. Somebody buy viewers and accuse them of view botting. View botting is a problem. Yes. Yeah, just to troll you. Yeah, it's... different people get their entertainment from different reasons, or different ways, apparently. Put that on pause here. Zoom out. Yes, there's that. Where were we? Where were we? Oh, we were in the void. Yeah, I don't know. Some people need hobbies, need nicer hobbies. What is this one? Did we just lose our... There we go. Here's Maya. There, our very simple servo. And we'll just bring that in. Oof. Oh, you got hit by 2,000 people. 2,000 viewers. Oh, man. See, and they probably caught you while you were in the middle of, middle of something. So even if you're just like slightly distracted by a couple seconds, by the time you go over and hit the shield button, or you can find the darn shield button, there it is, hit the shield button or whatnot, it's already not fun. Oh, followers. Ew. Oh, no. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Okay, I see what you're talking about. So it's not people spamming your chat and just being annoying, because that you can hit the shield button, or automod would probably catch that. But follower notifications going off constantly, or if nothing else, what if you had a couple of legitimate followers in there when that was going on, and you had to just remove everybody from your... Spend all that time kicking people. Gross. Yeah, that does not sound like a good time. That does not sound like a good time at all. Okay, we're gonna quickly throw a couple bevels on this guy, and then bring it on over. Bring it on over to our lovely interior of Rusty's head. Oh, you caught the guy. I mean, that's good. And if that's all it took to get rid of them, too. I always wonder, I mean, with everything that computers can do these days, yeah, it's just like a complete lack of privacy, decency, etc., etc. Comes down to it. How big a bevel do we want? There, we'll just throw a nice clunky bevel on there. Yeah, and what data can be aggregated from just listening to a streamer? Yeah. Like, I'm personally not going to share a ton of details on, my personal life. I'll share some, because, it's part of what makes my cozy atmosphere, me and all that. But, it's like, he has an art degree. Okay. He lives in here. What other data can be aggregated that, let's say, okay, talked about the weather on this day, so we can pinpoint what the weather pattern was. And this sounds like tinfoil hat stuff, but it's really not these days. And it wouldn't be a person putting all that data together. Well, I mean, it would be. The person would be asking, like, ChatGPT to put some garbage together. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All sorts of stuff. Okay, we are going to call this servo. Would this be a cap? Yeah, let's call this servo cap. Call that a servo cap. Call that... I'm going to combine these. Let's save. Let's iterate the save. Nothing to save. That's not what I said, Maya. And combine the mesh. So it is one thing. All right. Now we can take this fun little thing right here. I'm gonna try this off screen, off stream, but I can send it right to Unity. So I want to try that out. I want to send it right to Unity, because then I think if it works anything like the ZBrush integration, you can work back and forth, which would be super nice. So I'm gonna have to try that out. Nix, that might come in handy for you when you start working on your environment too. Okay. Oh, that is scary. I'm gonna read that out loud next. Hold on. Let me just put this over here. We will call this a servo cat. Nix, I am on 2016. Here, let me pull this down into view here. I am on Autodesk Maya 2016 perpetual license, mind you. So this is a fully legal. I am not sailing the seven seas. I'm not sailing the seas or anything. This was the last version that I bought way back when I was actually making money with this stuff and not just doing it for a hobby. Let's see. Now, since we did that, now we will save. Yeah, so one thing I'm missing, because I'm on Service Pack 1, or Extension 1, that's what they used to call it. Extension 1 for, is it this one? Extension 1 for this version of Maya. Unfortunately, I missed out some of the cool stuff that came in Extension 2. Let's see. It was MASH? Is that what it's called? GeoNodes is the Blender equivalent. And cool scattering and effects and stuff. And a couple of modeling things were really nice that I didn't have for this. But they might have been sailing 7 seas. No, I have, let's see, is it over there? So, I'll pan the camera over to the bookshelf on Wednesday, but I have the DVD case for Adobe CS3 and Maya just sitting over there on the bookshelf. But yes, okay. So, Nix, a little bit ago, you said, what you're saying is why I am a VTuber. You know someone in the Defense Force, and with the advancement of AI, they were told to try and scrub everything about them from the internet because AI is making it easy to link people together and make your friends and family a target. 100%. I mean, on a less serious as making a military target, Facebook. In the US, we don't get the fun European protections for privacy. So basically, in November or December of last year, Facebook, Meta, was like, hey, as of this date or coming soon or whatever, anything on here can be used to train AI. Now you're like, okay, so it's going to know how to chat like I chat or something like that. No, that's taking their Face ID that they've had since for like 20 years now. Maybe not 20 years. For at least a decade and a half. They had Face ID for a long time. You know, the handy thing is where you upload a photo with your friends in it, and it says, oh, hey, would you like to tag so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so? And now anything attached to Meta is knows your face. Going forward, they now have permission to do stuff with your face, which is kind of gross, you know. And it's a gross way to phrase that, I suppose, too, for different reasons. But, you know, it's a, yeah, so I got rid of most of my photos. Yeah, it's just, I was like, no, this is supposed to be a fun way to keep in contact with people. And yes, I understand you need to, sell ads and make money on it and stuff, but you don't need to invade our privacy quite that bad. At least not so blatantly. But yeah, so I got rid of most of my photos and stuff on there. Oh yes, the fake Instagram profiles with AI generated people. Yes. The ones created by Meta to be your friends. Again, it's a fun, quirky little experiment, I guess, but I'm not there for it. Instagram, I go on Instagram because I want to look at pictures and videos of people I follow. Not imaginary people going on imaginary adventures. Adventures. But where were we? Ah, yes. So, just to put a cap on the AI privacy issue thing. So streamers talk a lot, and yeah, they talk a lot, and all that can be converted into text. Fed to or right from the video, right from the VOD, brought right into a AI processor of some sort. And congratulations, you now have a searchable database of everything the person said. And then you can start linking stuff together because AIs are really good at collating data. And I think that's one of the very useful things, is collating data when it's not used for crappy purposes, Yeah. Oh, DeviantArt, when they had at least they had that in their TOS. However, you had to opt out of it. Yeah, I despise things. As a software developer, I despise things and worked on my fair amount of user interface. I despise things that are auto opt-in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Putting a cap on that. I did have thoughts about all this when I was originally designing my character here. When I was originally designing my character here, it's like, oh, I wanted to be a AI that, a factory, this abandoned factory's AI program, that blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I had to mentally rebrand a little bit. So I am a control software. I'm not an AI. Just because that phrase, just term, means the same thing now. But it means something completely different than it did even like 3 or 4 years ago. So, yeah. So, yes, I'm factory management software. Hence the tie. See? Management software, right? Yes, auto opt-in. Most sites, when you buy stuff with PayPal, it has a click here to remember my PayPal for the future. However, if you go and buy something in Fortnite, it says click here to not link my PayPal. Okay. It wants to make sure you keep feeding it Fortnite bucks. Get them Fortnite bucks. Okay. Oh, we have to go to our own project here. Where's a folder called Mine? There we go. Mine. Oh, in fact, see here's a monitor. Can you guys? Yeah. I always have to double check my OBS, which is over here. It's like, wait, is that on the screen or? I'm bad enough with audio. Losing track of video would be bad enough. It would be even worse. Yes. Oh, chat's down there. Yes. When your kids spend all your money in Minecraft or Fortnite dollars on the iPad. I had a friend, his kiddo was clever enough to use the face unlock on him when he was napping. They got in a little bit of trouble for that one. I think they lost their iPad privileges for a very long time because they used the face unlock when dad was napping. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, we are going to go find that One Piece. The One Piece. Oh, I can tell my voice is starting to go tonight. Servo cap. There we go. Okay, you open and explore. Copy you over. And we should see our lovely servo cap. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. Ta-da! Look at that cute thing. Isn't that way better than this pink and green mess? Okay, so let's find a, You know what? Let's just drop it right here. Okay, this is hilarious. This is hilarious because I did the same thing last time. So, remember how I'm using the scale of the robot? Remember how I'm using the scale of the robot? I need to increase the scale a little bit for it to fit in this scene properly. Oh boy. Okay, also we need to fix its, how do we center its whatchamacallit? Well, that I will worry about later, I guess. But yes, to scale, to the scale of Rusty. Okay, let's see how big this thing is. 29.3, that's a oddly specific. Oddly specific. Jam. Okay, so now we should have, check this out. This is one of the cool, oh no, I moved it. Ah. Okay, so this is one of the cool things about importing this from the from my Maya project. Theoretically, because we model it over on the other side of this wall, let's go see if we can find the darn thing. Oop, yeah, we moved it. If we hadn't moved it, it would have shown up right where it would be from the CAD model, because that's super cool. Okay, for now though, let's just drop it in right about here somewhere. We'll fix the pivot point later. Come on. Not sure why I lost my camera control here. Anyways, it is now the right size. It is now a little big. That is interesting. Why is it a little big? I'll have to look into that. Maybe... Yeah, I'll have to look into why it's just a little bit off on scale. Anyways, there it is, though. Ta-da! Servo cap. We did something tonight, besides a lot of yapping. But I am 100% here for the yapping. So let's go see where we were. Oh, and the fun thing you'll see above my head here in the editor, you'll see me walking around. Ta-da! Another cool thing about software. You can preview it right there. There we go. Oh, that one looks so much better. Ooh, there's a little modeling error right there. Right there. That's okay. So this piece is actually flipped the other way on this particular servo. That's okay. So we didn't get everything done that I was planning on tonight, but that is also a-okay. I have a to-do list, some stuff I may or may not do off screen. You know what? Let's should we end the stream by the moody windows? Do we have moody windows over here? Oh, I can't look through these windows? Hold on. We have better windows. We have better windows. We added vines to them and everything. Get up there. There we go. So, Nix, I'll let you guys in. I mean, you stuck around this long. Well, y'all. I wrote up a whole bunch of the story because I had basic lore, kind of the framework. That's the word I was trying to find before. Framework, not box, not container. Framework. Okay, so I had a basic framework before of how I wanted to do this, so that I could kind of get everything mashing together. I mean, I wasn't going to be running around in a spaceship all the time. I did want it to be the Rusty Robot Factory. So there we go. There we go. Some swaying nature outside from the void. I did want it to be the Rusty Robot Factory. So this abandoned factory, there's going to be a mystery. I'm still going to let there be a mystery. I'm not going to tell you all. Even though you stuck around tonight. I'm not going to let you all in on that secret. But I had some inspiration the other day, and I wrote down a couple pages in the notebook of some story. And kind of fleshed it out. Some stuff I've been rolling around in my head for a while. How I wanted to do things. But yes, now. Now I know what I want to do. And it ties into why. I now have the part of the why of why it's an abandoned robot factory. So it's exciting stuff that I'm going to be using to build in with my framework here. Build in on everything. Where's the hydrate redeem? Oh, I was actually going to add a hydrate redeem. I do have a posture one because my posture is terrible. A WD-40 redeem. Yes. No, this is exciting progress in where I'm going with this whole project. Besides, the cool physical robot and the gaming VTuber environment, It's like, where am I going to go with this? Do I want to tell a story? I could just have a fun environment with stuff running around. Oh, ad break. Are you kidding me? I missed it. I'm sorry, any of y'all who can't hear this, but because we're going to raid out real soon here. But yeah, no, it's going to be a good time. I have some neat ideas for how I want to link everything together. And, what brought this up was the void. The void is going to stay. It's going to be part of it. Because I'm going to have a duality of the, because the VTuber, the complete model here is in a digital, or is at least a digital representation of the robot. So there's going to be how the avatar sees the factory, and then how the factory is. So I haven't figured out if I want to do like a themed stream, like some days it'll be, one mode and some days it'll be other, or if it'll be a fun redeem, just, switch, like, okay, now we're the abandoned factory, now we're X years ago, working factory before the incident, I think I might try to build in some kind of story. I think that'd be a fun, like a storytelling stream, like an interactive adventure. So instead of Rusty playing a game and bringing you guys along, as I play the game, we would all be playing the game as like a choose your own adventure kind of dealio. That's going to take some scripting. That's going to take some workshopping. So that's kind of some of the ideas I want to work on, though. I get excited about these little things. And I have way too many fun little projects that I have ideas for. So I do have to start narrowing them down on which ones I'm going to, which ones I'm actually going to implement. All right. let's us find somebody. You find somebody to raid. Would you find somebody to raid? All right. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. But yes, thank you all for stopping by. Thanks for everybody who stopped by. New friends, old friends. Lamari, thank you so much for the raid. I do enjoy stopping by your streams. You know what? I am bad. I am bad. Hopefully she's still around. Shout out. Aha. If you are still around. There we go. Gotta remember to do that right off the bat when somebody raids. Politeness and all. So, please forgive. But also, go check her out. Does cool stuff. Also part of her, I'm on her Discord too, and they have a whole cool setup. A couple streamers banded together. But yes, we are going to go stop by Boom. We'll go from my, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be considered chill or cozy or whatnot, but Boom is definitely more on the chaos part. And we are all for it. So, let us go raid Boom. She is working on some cool Unreal Engine environmental chaos. Let's go say hi. Got some dancing dinosaurs. Bam! Got some dancing dinosaurs. If you do have my emotes, then we got the point, the Rusty Raid. I need these as a shortcut. There we go. So Wednesday, we're gonna be playing. We're gonna finish up FTL. I think I'm on the last sector, so we're gonna finish up our FTL adventure, and then on we'll have the live robot. Yep. Hopefully both the VTuber and the robot, if everything behaves itself. But that'll be Wednesday's stream. I don't know if we'll play another round of FTL or if I'll find something else to sneak in there afterwards. Yes, thank you all for stopping by again. Let's go say hi to Boom. Hopefully see you on Wednesday. If not, I'll see a bunch of you around elsewhere too. All right. Bye.